Hey everyone, this is Jordan from Sleeklens.com, and in this video I kind of want to help out those who have had trouble working with creative color edits in their images. If you feel like you've done the same kind of color edits throughout all of your images and you just kind of want to venture out into something different, I'm going to show you a way of having an endless palette of colors that you're choosing and how Photoshop does it all for you. So in this video I'm going to show that I'm going to take this image and I can basically convert it to almost any kind of color edits, color adjustments that I want it to, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So first of all, you want to find the image that you want to apply the images to, the effects to, and this is what I've chosen, a really nice, cool, moody portrait, and it's very simple. It actually takes one adjustment layer. So I'm going to go down here to our adjustment layers, and I'm going to choose Gradient Map. And so what this will do is apply a kind of a gradient. It's going to be different from if you've never used the app before, the adjustment layer before. It's going to apply a gradient to your image, kind of an overlay to your image. And this is actually kind of neat, but this is not the effect that we're going for. So you can see over here in the properties box that pulls up, we have this little gradient. This is going from a brown to a white, and we're going to want to change that. But before we go in there and start changing, we need to change our blending mode of that gradient map layer to soft light, and you can see it automatically creates a nice little effect just with that default effect there. It looks really kind of cool, but we want to randomize it and change it as much as possible. So what we're going to do is just click on our gradient here, and we're going into the gradient editor. Now this is where you can kind of start changing all of this around. You have these defaults, these ones that are kind of preloaded, and if we click on this, you can see we get a lot of cool little effects. And if we didn't have our gradient map layer set to soft light, it would look a whole lot different. So this is a way of kind of getting ahead of things, and you can easily see the effects that are coming. So these are all really kind of fun to play with. You can really get crazy with them like that. But we want to create one of our own. So I'm just going to kind of reset it back to the way it was. And what I'm going to do is go down to Gradient Type, and I'm going to choose Noise. Now this will give you a whole nother gradient type section to play with, and what I want to do first is change my roughness all the way down to around, let's say 5/8, somewhere around there, and that's going to kind of smooth out a little bit of the harsh edges of the gradient, so it looks fairly natural. Kind of looks like the gradients that you would see up here. But this is where we can get really creative with this and have Photoshop do the color work for us. So make sure on your options, make sure if it says restrict colors, if that box is checked, go ahead and uncheck that, and make sure the add transparency is unchecked as well. Now you're going to see this randomize button down here. As soon as we start clicking this, we get some really cool effects, some really random color effects, and we can stop on any one that we like. So we're going around here just clicking and finding one that we like. Let's keep going, and you can see they're all very different. Let's see, I like this one. So this is the one I'm going to choose here. I kind of want it to be kind of a blue moody photo. So I'm going to click OK here, and you can see this is what we started with, this is what we ended with here. Now if we think the effect is too heavy, which it kind of is a little bit, especially in the shadows, we can just, all we got to do is take the opacity down, and it'll start blending in with the natural image. So this is what we started with, this is what we ended up with. If I wanted to change it, I'll go back in here to our gradient editor, and I can click randomize again. You see that's a pretty cool edit right there, and I can just keep going with this effect. This is a really great way of having a endless color palette at your disposal if you want to have some really creative edits to your photos, really color creative edits to your photos. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video on the color editor, the gradient map of what you can do in Photoshop and have Photoshop do all the color work for you. This has been Jordan from Sleeklens, and I'll see you in the next video.